Hey there, I'm Dr. Ducky, and it's coming up on the end of the year, so I wanted to go ahead and make a list of my favorite RPGMaker games that came out this year, that I played this year. And the categories are going to be the Game of the Year, Best Soundtrack, Best Story, Innovative Gameplay, Best Art, and Best Horror Game. Firstly, my Game of the Year is, of course, Look Outside. From the time that I booted this game up when it first came out, to revisiting it in its 2.0 update, I am constantly reminded why I adore RPGMaker games. It's crazy to think that this game began as a game jam game and became one of the greatest games that I've played this year, and he continues to update it to this day. Hopefully we weren't stopping to work on Malison, but we'll see. Next is the Best Soundtrack. For this, I would have to select Buffet Night by Noahs337. I was instantly captivated by the soundtrack when I launched the game, and I rushed to buy it on Steam the second I saw it was available. It's composed by Call Me DJ, and you can tell that he puts a lot of it into it. To me, this game has the potential to become a classic. It takes the formula of the old Legend of Zelda games, namely Link's Awakening, and adds a lot of its own flair. You're able to suck up items, food, dead enemies, and use them in combat as you spit them out at your enemies and various obstacles around the world. Buffet Knight on himself is on a quest to obtain the Divine Taste, where he will go through dungeons that are very reminiscent of the older Legend of Zelda games. Beside the music, it's really a fantastic game all around, and I highly recommend that you check it out. For the best story, I selected The Last Sovereign. This is a game with NSFW content, so if that's not something you're comfortable with, feel free to skip this part or just not check it out. With that in mind, this game has a truly amazing story. It has over 60 hours of gameplay, and it has twists and turns and characters that truly captivated me since the beginning of the game. The story has you following the character The Chosen, who is on a quest to defeat the Incubus King. It does use a lot of RTP assets and a lot of custom artwork that Field uses to its strength. The NSFW scenes complement the story and help drive it forward. The gameplay is basic JRPG flair with a little bit of extra here and there. It's something I hope to cover in a future video, so I won't get too much into it here, but I do recommend checking it out. I am a huge fan of when games take tried and true combat systems and mixes them up. So my next category is Innovative Gameplay, where I've selected the game Silver Days, developed by Sawyer Friend. And I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I've only seen it spelled. This game to me felt like a heartfelt coming-of-age story with characters who complement each other perfectly, and a story that gripped you near the beginning all the way to the end. The gameplay is turn-based JRPG combat, but you're given cards that you can select in a loadout, and they're assigned a value. That value is then deducted from a resource bar, and you can get those points back with a special skill that each character has, such as Pen, who has a drill ability that hits enemies and gets stronger the closer you are to 50%, or Geo, who gives points back to an ally or himself. I actually kickstarted this game, and I was very excited for it to come out this year. I think that RPGMaker games are well known for horror, so I think my next category would be horror. For this category, I have selected Who's Hungry. It came out a few days ago, and it's a wonderful game. It's developed by Daniel Fernandez, and you control a delivery robot named Deli. He is out to deliver an order on an unforgiving planet coated in ice and pelted by metal rain. I won't get too much into the story because it's honestly incredible and you need to experience it for yourself, but just remember, the customer is always right. And the last category I have is Best Art. This would go to the game Mind Control Bloody Renaissance, developed by Bioni. I haven't heard anybody talking about this really. This game was actually sent to me through my curator, and that's the only way that I know that this game exists, and I'm glad that he sent it to me because I love this game. It is so unique, the art is amazing, it's got a good soundtrack, wonderful characters, and I've never really seen anything like it. The developer says that he takes inspiration from Swery65 and Suda51 along with the SMT games, and this inspiration really shows in the game. It's something I can't really describe without showing it to you, and I really recommend that you check it out instead of me showing you gameplay. The developer says it's a story that follows the events of 9/11, but it has a very David Lynch feel to it that I can't get enough of. And to round it all off, I think I will give some honorable mentions to 2 games that are absolute classics. These games came out again this year with a bit of a facelift. Firstly, it's going to be the classic everybody knows, Off. It inspired a lot of RPGMaker games and other non-RPGMaker games such as Undertale. And Lisa the Painful. It's a game that I loved when I first played it years ago. This game also inspired a lot of devs to make games similar, and I love them. I love what it does, I love the humor, the characters, the music, the world, and of course, this list is just my personal opinion. If you have different ideas of what you think would fit any of these categories or any others that you can come up with, please let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out my Steam curator. It'll be in the link below, along with all of the other games that I listed in this video. And thank you so much for watching.